Exploring new destinations through travel allows us to discover unfamiliar landscapes, encounter diverse individuals, and experience various cultures. Nevertheless, not all locations extend a warm reception to American travelers. Factors such as historical contexts, political tensions, or cultural disparities may contribute to certain countries holding less favorable attitudes towards Americans. Before we delve into the details, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and join me on this captivating journey. Here are 10 destinations where American visitors may encounter less than welcoming sentiments. Number 10. Syria. Syria, a nation rich in history yet plagued by conflict, poses distinctive obstacles for American tourists. For an extended period, a long-standing prohibition rendered it unfeasible for Americans to acquire Syrian tourist visas. Despite the subsequent lifting of the ban, the U.S. government maintains a vigilant stance. Syria contends with internal unrest, criminal enterprises, and systemic corruption, rendering it an unpredictable destination for visitors. Instances of abductions and unauthorized detentions particularly target U.S. citizens, while pervasive violence heightens the overall risk. Since 2012, the U.S. Embassy in Damascus has remained inactive, resulting in limited emergency assistance available to Americans. Number 9. Venezuela. Venezuela, a country characterized by its diverse landscapes and vibrant culture, entices tourists despite presenting numerous challenges and hazards for American travelers. Political instability, pervasive corruption, and restricted civil liberties dominate the environment. Under President Nicolas Maduro's leadership, Venezuela has transformed into an authoritarian regime, marked by well-documented human rights violations. American citizens encounter considerable security threats, including frequent detentions by security forces, incidents of robbery, and instances of homicide. Civil unrest, inadequate healthcare services, and constraints on air travel add further layers of complexity to the visitor experience. Number 8. Turkmenistan. Turkmenistan's stringent regulations, human rights dilemmas, and opacity contribute to an atmosphere where American travelers may encounter obstacles and feel unwelcome. Those from the U.S. intending to visit Turkmenistan are required to secure an official letter of invitation endorsed by the government. The human rights situation in this Central Asian country is concerning, characterized by limitations on freedom of speech, severe conditions within prisons, and a lack of repercussions for officials' misconduct. Number 7. Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia, renowned for its rich cultural legacy and numerous historical landmarks, has recently begun embracing tourism. Nevertheless, American travelers still encounter various obstacles. Female visitors must observe stringent dress codes, ensuring modest coverage of their bodies. Furthermore, gender segregation is widely practiced in public areas, impacting interactions between males and females. The consumption of alcohol is strictly forbidden in Saudi Arabia, with no availability in public venues and importation prohibited. Despite efforts by the government to improve tourism facilities, security concerns persist. Number 6. Lebanon. Lebanon boasts a rich historical background and a lively cultural scene, yet American travelers often encounter obstacles when visiting this nation. Decades of political instability and conflict have strained international relations, adding to the challenges. Furthermore, since 2007, conditions attached to U.S. aid have led to negative perceptions among a significant portion of the population, reaching approximately 57%. Lebanon finds itself entangled in regional dynamics influenced by Iran and Saudi Arabia, exacerbating existing economic and security issues. Consequently, these factors contribute to an environment where Americans may not consistently experience a sense of welcome. Number 5. Cuba. Despite recent improvements in diplomatic relations, Cuba continues to be a destination where Americans encounter limitations. The U.S. government maintains restrictions on travel to Cuba for tourism, although there are exemptions for educational or cultural pursuits. The inability of Americans to engage in business-related travel to Cuba stems from the trade embargo implemented in 1958, which also extended to leisure travel. While general tourism remains prohibited, Americans can visit Cuba under 12 distinct categories of travel, which encompass educational, cultural, and other specific purposes, excluding pure tourism. Number 4. Iraq. Iraq poses significant security risks, historical animosities, and ongoing conflicts, rendering it inhospitable to American tourists. The strained relationship between the United States and Iraq, stemming from historical events such as the Iraq War, exacerbates these tensions. The U.S. State Department strongly discourages travel to Iraq due to safety concerns, particularly regarding the prevalent threat of kidnappings. Furthermore, the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad offers limited assistance to American citizens within Iraq, further underscoring the precarious nature of travel to the region. Number 3. Iran. Iran's ancient history, awe-inspiring architecture, and stunning scenery allure adventurers eager to explore its diverse cultural landscape. However, embarking on a journey to Iran poses intricate challenges and complexities for American travelers. Securing a visa demands meticulous preparation since Americans cannot obtain one upon arrival. Instead, they must navigate the application process through an Iranian travel agency, a procedure that typically spans 2 to 3 months. Once within Iran's borders, travelers must adhere to strict regulations, including the requirement to be accompanied by a guide, thereby prohibiting independent exploration. The risk of unjust detentions and limited consular services further heightens the complexities associated with visiting this captivating nation. Number 2. North Korea. North Korea does not extend a welcoming hand to American tourists, and visiting this nation entails considerable hazards and limitations. Renowned for its stringent regime, isolationist policies, and minimal engagement with the international community, North Korea tightly controls access to its territory. Travel arrangements must be facilitated exclusively through authorized tour operators sanctioned to operate within the country. As per the directives of the U.S. Department of State, all U.S. passports are ineligible for travel to, within, or across North Korea unless explicitly endorsed under the authority of the Secretary of State. Such endorsements are granted sparingly and under exceptional circumstances. Number 1. Russia. Russia, with its abundant history, expansive landscapes, and mysterious culture, continues to captivate the imagination. Yet, for American travelers, the journey to this enigmatic land presents its own set of obstacles. The enduring rivalry between the U.S. and Russia, originating from the Cold War era, casts a shadow over relations. Despite periods of thaw, recent geopolitical tensions, notably surrounding Ukraine, have stirred animosity anew. A survey reveals that 72% of Russians hold an unfavorable view of Americans. Securing a Russian visa often feels like navigating a complex maze, requiring extensive documentation, bureaucratic navigation, and considerable patience. American tourists have, on occasion, encountered harassment and even detainment by Russian authorities. As we conclude our exploration of the 10 countries where Americans may encounter challenges and restrictions, it's essential to approach travel with a nuanced understanding of each destination's unique complexities. While these countries may present obstacles for American travelers, they also offer rich cultural experiences and valuable insights into global dynamics. Remember, informed decision-making, respectful engagement, and careful preparation are key to navigating unfamiliar territories safely and responsibly. Whether you're an adventurous globetrotter or simply curious about the world, we hope this video has provided valuable insights and inspired thoughtful consideration of international travel. Stay tuned for more travel content, and until next time, safe travels.